Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Did you hear me?
Yes, we can. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Invest 360. For those of you who are just joining us, this is season 2. And for those who, again, are just joining us, this was initially supposed to be a physical event where we educated the masses about real estate, flipping homes, investing in their community. And like everything during the pandemic, we had to pivot and we are helping people invest in themselves and hearing from people that inspire them and that they want to aspire to be. So this episode will be no different. Today we have our special guest, Ralph Colon. But before we get into that, we are going to introduce you to our co-host, Carlo Vital, who's going to talk about the backbone of our show, Happy Smiles. Take it away, Carlo.
Everybody, what's going on? Joe, Ralph, what's up?
How you doing? How you doing?
How you guys doing? Good. So, yes, as Joe said, Happy Smiles. Happy Smiles is the backbone of Invest 360 here, and Happy Smiles is a 501c3 organization, and we are out there for kindness, new era in kindness. And we do this all through fundraising, charity. It kind of started just as helping people through their day and inspiring them and give them something to look forward to, hopefully, and touching them with a kind word and hopefully changing their day and their life. So we're able to do that now at a broader scale, and we're having a great time doing it, helping as many people as we can. And you can be a part of that if you like. Log on to Venmo and go to @HappySmilesInc and help us out, and we can help out a lot more people, guys. But tonight we have the one and only Ralph Colon. Ralph, how you doing?
I'm good. Listen, it's been a great month so far. I'm gearing up this weekend to help those in need. My Braves just won the World Series. I waited 26 years to say that. It's been a long time. I'm blessed. My wife is doing good. My kids are doing well. I'm all right. I see good in everything. So
And that's good, man. That's good. Well, congratulations to your Braves. It's been a long time coming.
Yes. I often I used to.
Let's start out a little bit about Ralph.
Absolutely.
What's where you come from? A little bit about your family. Tell us a little bit about you.
Well, I'm from Trenton, born and raised in Trenton. My mom moved me, to Hamilton for the better schools. I had no control over that, but being from Trenton, I've always, go back to Trenton for projects, anything, anything that can help the community with. So Trenton's my home, even though I don't live there. That's where I'm born and bred, born and raised. It's home. It's home to me.
So you said Trenton, though. Like, what parts? Tell us a little about what it was like growing up in Trenton before we get into this point.
East Trenton, South Trenton, downtown, a little bit of North Trenton. Different times, growing up in Trenton, you moved around, you moved all over the place. Chambersburg, I got to experience Trenton when Trenton was Trenton. I don't know if that's safe to say. Trenton was Trenton back in the day. I remember a different Trenton. That's just me.
Like times change, things change. The only thing we can do is, make things better. Like, what do they say? Like, dress for the position you want, or all that type of stuff. So, be the change you want to see, right? And that's
absolutely.
That being said, I think we actually lived in this, not just on the same street, but in the
was in
same
the same
building.
neighborhood. Maybe in the neighborhood, same building. What do you mean? The 332 Tyler Street.
332 Tyler Street.
I don't even know if that building's still like people still living in it. I've seen it
haven't
boarded up
drove
a
by in
couple
long
times.
time, but it was a great neighborhood. It was like everyone was just like a community there. It was just great.
I mean, we're going back. We're going back to the '80s, though. We're going back to the '80s.
Well, that's
Like,
when the times were good.
when
Ladies were-
you would walk out of your house, and it was a apartment building. You walk out of your house and you see the guys on the corner on cardboard breakdancing with the big speakers, big radios. I can't make it up. That's the era that I came from on that street. That's what one of the biggest memories of that street. So you just took me back saying 332.
So like the time I was there, I don't remember like there was like we had cookouts, we had graduations. Even when there wasn't that in the summertime, there wasn't a single part of the street where you didn't have someone blasting a radio, just like you said.
Oh yeah, it was. People would sit on the porch just to see the cars. The cars drive by. With the hooked up systems. Back then, we didn't know nothing. I was a kid. And all you see is the hooked up cars, and now it's like it's just something to see now. But back then, you hear all the music blaring. You're like, ooh, it was cool back then. Growing up in that neighborhood, it was different.
And you had all different types of styles of music with all different cultures all at the same time. And so that's a good segue to Carlo's next question, right?
Yeah. So first, I didn't grow up in Trenton. I'm from up North Jersey a little bit, but the stories that I do hear from Trenton, I mean, they blow my mind, and it's awesome. I wish I was, lived back then and even further back. You know what I mean? So, but talking about that, sitting on the stoop, listening to the cars roll by with the music side. So DJ Noise, right?
Yes.
That's you. That is you. So you're a DJ, man. And how long you been doing that?
It's your feedback. You froze a second. Can you say that again?
So how long you been DJing for?
I've been DJing off and on for close to 20 years. It's always been a hobby. I got the bug scene, friends of mine and people, as a kid, on turntables, and I, instantly got the bug, just seeing how they can move the crowd, just the love of music. My mom got me into freestyle music, and that's how I got into the freestyle genre.
So
that's awesome.
where does Ralphie Rotten come from?
Well, that's like more by my stage name, my brand name. Like if I do a corporate party, I'll use DJ Noise. Ralphie Rotten. If you go to a corporate setting with a Ralphie Rotten, people are like, wait a minute, why are you so rotten? Why is it rotten? And it's like it's like like a dead mouse. Something. You can go. That's my global name is Ralphie Rotten. So
nice.
My brand name. I'm the only one. I'm the only one in the world with the name Ralphie Rotten.
So, I mean that it's a cool name. I'm not gonna lie. I was just like trying to think of the correlation between that. You just explained it. DJ Noise and Ralphie Rotten. I was like,
Ralphie Rotten.
It's more. It's like my producer. My producer name. My radio. Host name. If you put me on a flyer, it's Ralphie Rotten.
Nice.
Hey, so Rob, no, I cut out for a second there. I'm sorry, man. Bill, man, you've been on that for a little while now. I watch. That's awesome. Listening to that, watching you on there. How long you been doing that?
Man, I'm blessed. I'm gonna comfortably say 6.5 years I've been doing this.
Wow. All right.
To have a pod, it's not like a pod. It's people say it's a podcast. It's a radio show. It's an internet radio. It's we do pay the bandwidth. We do pay the licenses fees. It is an official radio station. But I'm blessed. I mean, it's something I've grown up seeing Martin Lawrence, on the radio. I've always envisioned myself doing the music end of it, but for 6.5 years, I've been given this platform where I get to interview, people from all different walks of life. If you have a story, politicians, from all different walks of life, you know, artists, plays, cast, actors, and you name it. If they have a story, I want to hear it. And it gives people a platform to to voice themselves, express themselves. Some don't have that outlet. Yes, we have social media, but to get people to go to your channels, to get to people to get an intimate, you know, understanding of who you are. That's what we do. We give a closer look, a sit down with somebody, or just a different view to where they get to know them, and not just the music, or not just the product that they're talking about.
So, how does it feel giving local and independent artists? And you've had some comedians come on your show. I've been on your show. How does it feel giving people an outlet to promote their talents and message?
I think it's wonderful. I think that I feel proud because there's not many of us, that does that. That's sometimes you gotta pay to get on. Sometimes I'm not gonna lie. Some people have given me tickets to to local shows, front row seats to local shows. And, I'm not about stuff like that. I'm more about the story, the inspiration to what got them there. And it's always, I guess maybe that's the reason why I've been so successful in being on 6.5 years, is because my vision hasn't changed. It's always about the people, about the local, about the community, and if I can get somebody heard, sometimes I put some artists on my show that are just amazing, that just don't get heard as much. And there's been artists that have come on and instantly get heard, and it's amazing. And I feel really really proud, because I can say me and Billy, were able to do that. So I'm really proud of doing that. I'm proud to give somebody a platform, you know when it arises, and somebody has a story, or there's some artistry, or any kind of talent, and they want a story, they want to tell a story. I'm so happy to hear that. I'm so happy to have the community hear that, because in the format that we go, it's we're going, we go Facebook Live, YouTube, around the world. So it's people hear us on a different level, not just locally but globally. And I think it's pretty amazing.
I mean that I love it. I mean, the times that I was on the show, it was great. It was very
It's organic.
yeah, it definitely is. I very much I love it. It's just I mean, who is the I met B Da Vinci on your show. Uh I met what's the other one's name? They were friends.
Diverse character.
There you go. It was just like
Yeah, he's doing amazing things. He's moved to Atlanta. He's all over the United States. I mean, he's instantly blew up. Like, it's God bless.
yeah.
And I got to say, he was on my show. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
So
And that's what I mean. It feels good. And the other thing that I want to point out, because we lost Carlo, he's coming back on right now.
mhm.
But you also dabble in photography. Like, I mean,
Yes,
we were at a couple of things where we weren't, so we were on the same, I should say, production
same
team.
wavelength,
Yeah, and we
same
were
level.
doing the same client, same everything. So, like, tell me about your photography. Is that another passion of yours?
And so, I dabble. I try to dabble when I can. I recently got my daughter a camera of her own. when we get a chance, with all the things going on in life, when we get a chance, I try to go out and take some pictures. I mean, I don't know if you got me on Instagram, but I put in some stuff, some cool pictures up and stuff like that. Just some random stuff, some random, shots. Just let people know that yeah, I'm still doing it. It's just I've added a second child, so since doing all that fun stuff. So it's he takes a lot of my energy out, and added, more animals, another dog. So it's they take my energy out. So it's but it's a blessing, It's I can't change it for my son calls me and says, hey, blah blah blah. So it's amazing. I'm blessed.
I mean, it's so like we've taken pictures for like I mean I did the promotion for it, like we worked in tandem with Kim D, with John Rossi doing Lisa TKA, all that stuff. Like I know how it made me feel. Like it was just like
I mean,
surreal because again as we touched on, this is the same music we listened to like when we were on Tyler Street going down all the freestyle and everything. But like what was that like for you? Like being able to take the
well,
pictures of people
definitely,
that you
definitely it's surreal, but I mean, I remember I've been DJing for a while, so I've been blessed to I'm considered a freestyle DJ in the genre and very blessed. I'm intertwined with all the artists. I know a few artists. I know a few producers, record label owners. Um, so like the reason why I get along with them so well is because I'm not like I guess starstruck, or I don't get too crazy, but it was surreal when I had my camera and Stevie B was like, "Go do your thing, Ralph," and it was like, all right, it was like, and I'm on the stage with Stevie B, and I'm like, of course I've met a lot of freestyle artists, but to be on stage while he's singing, I'm getting to just take pictures. That was a surreal moment. It was just, I was like, wow, this is actually happening. This is cool, But I wasn't really starstruck. TKA came to Trenton recently, and I got to escort them out onto stage, and they see me because I was escorting um, another artist out, and they said, "Oh, we'll take Ralph to escort us out." So I wasn't really starstruck, but it was definitely surreal. It was a definitely cool moment in my life.
like it's like when like in that aspect of it, like I would definitely say not so much starstruck as well. It's definitely one of those things where like, surreal is the right word, but like kind of like one of those notches in the belt. Like hey, like
Yeah.
wow, like.
Oh, I mean, absolutely. I mean, because I mean, there's not many DJs that can say, hey, or photographers that can say, hey, I took pictures at this big concert, and it was amazing, and I got the pictures to prove it, so I mean that's absolutely, definitely a surreal moment, definitely.
So
I
we got
mean,
a host takeover happening.
Hey,
my daughter has done that a couple times before, so it's on national on the radio, so it's not it's all right.
you want to be a part of it? They're gonna take over. So
They gotta learn somehow. They gotta learn. Right? They gotta learn how to do the interviews.
yep.
Yep.
Hey, Ralph, talking about family, right? You and your family, you guys do a lot of philanthropy, and you guys do food and clothing giveaways every year. Let's hear a little bit about that and what you got going on right now.
Well, I'll get growing up in Trenton, I wasn't, I wasn't well off. I was poor.
Yeah.
Me, my brother, and my sister, we were dirt poor, and there was times that I didn't have a meal. And true story, when I write a book, I'll be writing about this, that I actually ate onions and mayo as a meal. That's how poor I was. And and that's just what, maybe 25, maybe it was in the early 90s when I lived in Chambersburg. Um, but I was so poor, that now, I have a roof over my head, and yes, I eat every day. But I don't forget those times where I was indeed struggling, where I was indeed on the streets, homeless. I've been homeless, a couple times in my life. I've lived with my aunt a couple times, and she kicked me out when I was just barely 14 years old. No, like, no direction, just kicked me out for no reason. You know, um, I'm not mad at her. She's not all there. So I can't get mad at her. But I was out on the street. I've been there, poor, hungry. I know what it is not to have things, and you know, me not having much, I feel that I'm blessed enough to give something. And yes, granted, a lot of us, are going through this pandemic, and a lot of us are getting benefits and help, but there's still people that are not able to get this kind of type of benefits. There's still people that are still hungry. They don't have the kind of government help. They don't have those stimulus checks, or they don't have a $300 a week. They don't have that. And sometimes we got to think, step back, and yeah, we may have bought two cheeseburgers at McDonald's, and yeah, we're about to throw that one cheeseburger away because we're full, because we ate with our eyes, and we may just throw it away just nonchalantly. I'm good, I ate enough, and throw it away. But that's a luxury. Having stuff like that is a luxury, and there's some people in society that don't have that, and somebody still has to give them food. And I want to, like, re reapproach. You said food giveaways or food drives. It's not really a food giveaway. I collect the food at the church. We distribute. We make plates, and we go to the shelters where the people come out, and I physically hand the meals to them. I talk to them. You know, we go all over Trenton. We go all over, over the borders of the different towns, and with everybody helping. That's my mission, is to go a little bit over the towns, help a little bit more, give a little bit more. Just, I'm trying to do a little bit of a different approach this year with it, to get more people involved, to inspire more people. But it's something that, me and my father-in-law teamed up. Um, and it was a love of his. And he passed away a couple years ago of cancer, and me and my wife helped raise funds for cancer benefit for him, stuff like that. So we've always been in the thick of things, trying to raise money, trying to make a difference, trying to give back, trying to help somebody. It's just, I think it's important that some people like us try to inspire, and pay it forward, just help people in general. I mean, because at the end of the day, we're not going to take this with us. We got to go up,
Yeah.
or we're going to go down, and we got to face everything, that we got to throw it all out there when we go up there. And the last thing I want is somebody up there to say, "Hey, you had an opportunity to help somebody and you didn't. You had an opportunity to help somebody this way, you didn't." Like today, I happened to be at Lowe's. My boss sent me to get paint, and some lady just collapsed on some tiles. And I said to myself, I can't just leave her there. I got to go out. I got to go, just drop everything and just help her. You know, because that's what real people do. That's what people in the community do. And that's just me. Just I drop anything and help anybody. Whenever, and it's sincere. I don't look for any payments. I don't look for any accolades. I don't look for likes, views. I do this to the kindness of my heart. Me and my wife, and it's a passion of ours, and we just do it because somebody's got to do it, and we do it to inspire more people. Sorry, I kept it so long.
That's amazing, and my condolences to your father-in-law.
Appreciate it.
But so how long have you been doing this, first off?
We've been doing this, feeding the homeless and feeding poor. respectfully, as family, we've been doing this about maybe 6 years, maybe or so, a little bit longer, give or take. Whenever we had it, if something happened, 9/11 happened, I would donate. I donated money. The hurricane, Hurricane Maria, I was out there, loading trucks. I was out there, helping as best as I can, raising money. I DJ'd to raise money, give everything I made at the door. So I've been doing this for many, many years. It's just, in different ways, different capacities that I can help somebody, you know.
Understood, and that's definitely great. Well, I can you tell us about, is this, so like you're listed as a civic activist as well? Is this part of your civic activism? Do you consider this that, or is this like something
I,
different?
I, I would, I would think so. I mean, because it's a, I look at it as a civil duty. I'm a taxpayer in, New Jersey. I'm a taxpayer considered, as you narrow down Mercer County, then Hamilton, and as I see it as a, as a civil activist, it's just my civil duty to give back and help. Also take part in, the political aspect. To properly march. You know, properly speak my voice. Just not be, and just not help people, but voice, be a community leader. You know, I take after my aunt that was on NJM, and she had her own show on Sundays. She was a community, she was a community activist. I take after my uncle. He was a community leader, the neighborhood watch president and something like that. So my late Trenton Cop was Boy Scout master Louis Medina, may his soul rest in peace. He was an inspiration to me. So I try to follow in his footsteps, trying to give back, both politically, you know, activism, civil, any way I can, for to create opportunity for prosperity, for community growth, because if we don't invest in our community, who is, what I'm saying, and investing, it doesn't necessarily always mean money. You voice your opinion. You can invest by voicing your opinion, and if people don't know how powerful your voice is. I've showed that on multiple platforms. Last year, how powerful my voice is. And I'm so proud that I voice my opinions. In the correct. Like obviously obviously, I always fight with left, right. I don't see political. I see political parties as they're just a different side of the same coin. And like it's I guess what I'm trying to say is whatever I got to do for my community, to show them growth, to have them grow, because at the end of the day, you can't rely on just politicians to lead. It takes, remember, it takes a village, to grow, to teach. I'm just doing my part. I'm just doing God's part, sending me God's will to be a member of the community and part of that village, in any way capacity that I can.
So speaking of village, and that was all. I loved it. Speaking of village, like, so this, get like the food thing that you're doing this weekend, right? Who else is involved? How many villages are involved? How many people are sponsoring?
Well, I got Cooper's that is going to give me some supplies and stuff like that.
Cooper's Riverview.
Cooper's Review. I have Peroni's Upholstery out of Ewing. They're gonna, help me with some lunch meats. I got Rosado's, McDonald's in Trenton. He's gonna give me some water. Um, I got you guys gonna help me as well. You guys are coming in as well. I got 360 and Invest 360, and I have the Smiles
Happy
on my
Smiles.
page. Yes, Happy Smiles. Um, I have a couple. I have a couple private friends. A couple, I got the Trent Orbit. Mike and Bill Kearney are coming out. They're good friends of mine. A couple, just a couple, just I may have forgotten somebody. I apologize if I, just roughly off the top of my head, I'm just rambling names so I can remember. Oh, the OLS Church, they're giving us a church to borrow. Um, just a good amount of people. Project 609, is teaming up with us again. Um, it's just a great, it's a little bit of everybody to help out. It doesn't have to be a large scale, just a little bit of here, a little bit there, and just that we can make a difference. Just that little bit, you can make a difference. That's what I think.
So now that's one of the beauty parts of it is just the fact that of all the people coming together to help the homeless and providing food to them, and that's a beautiful thing. And teaming up with the churches of the Diocese of Trenton and so forth. That's a beautiful thing too. So
It's amazing, man. It's amazing what you're doing, and the people in the community that you're bringing together to help out everybody in need, and we need more people that are doing that. We could get more people to do that. It'd be amazing thing.
I wish
Amazing thing.
I wish I could do more. I wish I could do more. It's just I wish I could do more events through the year. I wish I had I wish I had more drive to do more. I wish I could do a lot more. It's
Right,
just
right.
what you can humanly almost possibly do at that moment in time. And for right now I'm doing it once a year, but I want to do it more. It's just, and by getting a lot more people involved, that's how it'll start. It'll be twice a year.
Mhm.
If I get it to be twice a year, I'll be happy. That's a win. It's little things like that that'll
Yeah.
make me happy.
Well, we're here for you, man. We're here to team up too. To help
I
out any way we
appreciate you
can.
guys.
We love it. We would
I
love it.
appreciate it. It's listen, we gotta invest in our community. I mean,
Yep.
somebody has to, and it's like I said, it not necessarily always means it's funding. Like it could be our voice, our
Yep.
our physically well being there. It's a beauty. You can invest in so many ways.
Yeah. Oh, dude. I mean, you're an inspiration, man. You're an inspiring dude, man, and I appreciate everything that you're talking about. And it leads me, everybody out there, all the people that you really help, whether you know it or not, man, personally or in business, helped a lot of people out there. I want to ask you, people that are trying to blaze their own way, that are what kind of advice can you give somebody that's out there really trying to make it themselves, or trying to start something themselves, or just start, just get out there.
Be yourself. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to fall down, because as children, when we fall down, we're gonna get back up and just do it again, and just get on it and just keep at it. No matter what you do, no matter what it is that you want to do, you know, I mean, look at we have in Trenton we had a gold medalist come out of Trenton. I mean, a little Trenton. We got a gold medalist that set the world on fire and put Trenton on the map. Just this brief moment, said, "Wow, there's stars that come out of there." So I mean, put just keep at it. Put your mind to it. Be honest. Be real with yourself. Be genuine. Number one is be genuine. Don't
speaking of
be.
Athing Mu, someone who helped organize the parade here in Trenton for her. Andrew Bobbitt commented, "Good job, Ralph." So he
Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
he's a big advocate for doing exactly that. So, and he just, I saw that he commented, "Good job, Ralph." So I wanted to say, let you know.
Listen,
Yeah.
shout out, thank you. I mean, it's we got to listen. We got to give her the flowers where her flowers is due. Because it's just she's an inspiration to the city. And she's inspiring other people to run now. And that's how it is. So much great is coming out of Trenton. So much more can come out. So much more can come out of Jersey. It's
Yeah.
But like here's the thing, and this is why I'm happy that we're interviewing you about this, because this is and Carlo's gonna love this too. So now I just said what Andrew said to you. He said, "Good job, Ralph," and then you turned it back around and said that she's inspiring many people. Anything Mood just by making more people run because good things are coming out of Trenton. But the one thing that you didn't catch on that is you're inspiring people too. You inspired people to actually help people. So thank you.
Appreciate that.
And that's why
I don't really see it like that. Like I just, I feel like I gotta be a voice. I gotta be a community leader. I do know that I inspire people because last year somebody came up to me and I was thrown out of left field and said, "You're an inspiration to me. I look up to you." And I didn't look at all that until somebody came up to me and said that, and I was thrown back. I was like, "Whoa, wait a minute. I am somebody that has a voice and people do listen." So I kind of like watch what I say, how I present myself a little bit better, because people are now being inspired by me, and I don't want to set the wrong examples. So but I appreciate you guys, seeing that, that I just don't. I wish I can do more to inspire more. Like I don't know. I'm just a humble person that just feels that I haven't done enough. That needs to do more. That's just me. I'm sorry, but I appreciate it.
Well, man, you will. You're gonna keep on doing what you're doing, and you're gonna do a lot more.
I hope. Listen, God willing, I hope. If I hit the lottery, I would just go out and just buy people's houses and just buy whole blocks up. I'd probably be poor the next day, but I would everybody would have a house. But that's just my thinking.
Yeah.
so.
Hey, you touched on something before. You said, be honest with yourself, right? How important do you think that is on a daily, weekly, monthly, whatever basis to check yourself, to self-inspect, self-reflect? How important do you think that is?
Oh, wait. You got muted. There you go. Start that over.
Okay, it's. I heard you.
All right.
I heard you. I think it's important because sometimes sometimes you don't hold yourself or we don't hold ourselves accountable. And I'm using that word because sometimes we could have been a douche that one day to somebody, and you really go back and sit down and say, you know what, let me reapproach. Let me go back and apologize to that person. And that's a way of self-inspection. Like sit there and correct yourself. Because listen, we're not just because God made us perfect in His eye, we're not perfect. We have a lot of flaws, and it's important for us to to correct some of those flaws in order for us to keep moving forward. It's I'm not perfect. I mess up things, or I'll fall asleep in this spot, or vice versa, whatever it is. But it's important to to reflect, to go back and reevaluate things, so we can better understand the situation, understand the good outcome or the bad outcome, and why it was this outcome or why is that outcome. So I agree. It's important for self inspection and self examination. In order for us to hold ourselves accountable in a positive and a negative way.
That's beautiful. So before we get into the rapid fire questions, we're gonna have a brief intermission. I have a question for you, Ralph. Remember back in the day there was that show, it was like on that local, like I think it was like 48 or something. It was called like Urban Expressions.
Yes. Urban Expressions. It was like VH1. It was like a foggy. It was like a rap show. It was an urban rap show, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you could see all the underground rap videos.
Yep. So we're about to one of the hosts of that show, Supreme, is he's been still having his musical career going. He's been performing at all the celebrity boxing events, but he let us have a video to show during the intermission. So enjoy this video by Supreme. It's called Rise and Grind.
Time to get up. Get up and be somebody. Get up and be somebody. Yeah. Rise and shine, everybody. Yeah. Get up and be somebody. Get up and be somebody. It's been a minute since I felt this way. When the stars lined up, things going my way. Like the sun came out so the kid could play. It's been dark for a while, but I smiled each day. Puts the work in when I wanted to say, to hell with it all, but to God I pray. Give me the strength to stay strong today. To stay 10 toes down, don't bend the brakes. Don't fall victim to the storm of fate. Be untouchable like an armor plate. No weapon form should ever harm my faith. I was put in this place to be strong and great. No negativity can stall my case. Nothing you can throw would ever scar my face. I fight every day to run a righteous race and hit the finish line at a lightning pace. Rise and grind a new day to shine. A brand new 24 to lead the past behind. Get up and be somebody. Get up and be somebody. Rise and grind a new day to shine. A brand new 24 to lead the past behind. Get up and be somebody. Get up and be somebody. Rise and grind a new day to shine. A brand new 24 to lead the past behind. Get up and be somebody. Get up and be somebody. Rise and grind a new day to shine. A brand new 24 to lead the past behind. Get up and be somebody. Get up and be somebody. Yeah. Every once in a while, we all wake up in a funk. But you know what I'm saying? Better get the funk out the way. They say funk that. Funk it there. We gonna get up, get out, and be somebody. Rise and grind a new day to shine. A brand new 24 to lead the past behind. Get up, be somebody. Get up, be somebody. Rise and grind a new day to shine. A brand new 24 to lead the past behind. Get up, be somebody. Get up, be somebody. Rise and grind a new day to shine. A brand new 24 to lead the past behind. Get up, be somebody. Get up, be somebody. Rise and grind a new day to shine. A brand new 24 to lead the past behind.
Somebody, get up and be somebody. You are somebody. Say, I am somebody. Somebody. Say, I am somebody. Somebody. I am somebody. Somebody.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. What'd you think, Ralph?
That was pretty good. That was pretty cool.
Get up and be somebody.
I think I may have seen that on YouTube somewhere. Or something like
It
that.
probably was. It probably was. But that's someone you should probably have on a Hamilton radio and talk about all the old school stuff.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, set it up. You can come on.
Awesome. So, rapid fire question time. Here we go. You ready?
Yes.
Who's the real king of freestyle? Stevie B, George Lamond, or Johnny O, or your pick?
Stevie B is definitely only because of the hits. Stevie B, 1000%.
All right. Who's the queen?
Oh,
It is. I would have to say it's Shannon. Shannon, because the first official freestyle song is "Let the Music Play" is Shannon.
All right.
I don't know if you guys knew that. That's a fun fact.
Big time Tommy seems like he might be a little upset with that one, but all right.
Just keeping it real.
All right. What's better, Trenton tomato pie, Brooklyn, or Chicago deep dish?
I'm a Brooklyn fan of the pizza, but Trenton makes the best pizza.
yeah.
And for those who do not know, yes, Trenton is considered a destination to make really good. Like in this greater like Trenton area, we are actually known for pizza.
Yes, we are.
People don't know that, but we are.
Awesome. Agreed. So
I'm a pizza guy.
What was that?
I'm a pizza guy.
All right. So, I'm about to put you on the spot too. So, all right. If pizza's the area, Papa's, Di Lorenzo's, Robbinsville,
Brothers.
Di Lorenzo's, and Sloan, which one?
Brothers.
Brothers.
Brothers 33.
Brothers
Yep.
33 or White Horse?
My number one. My number one.
Brothers 33.
My number one.
Karen.
Pasqua. Yep.
Wow.
The Pasquas, they make a good pizza there.
Donato and Antimo, you should be proud.
Yeah.
Yes, they're good. And they'll tell you that you can put them on the spot and you can ask them, what's Ralph's favorite pizza, and they're like, it's us. And I'm a pizza guy.
Awesome. All right. So, favorite local restaurant, past or present?
One would be Chianti's in the Berg.
That's a good one.
No longer there. That's one of the places I took my wife on our first date. She actually ate the whole dish of pasta, and I guess that's it. I love a lot of restaurants. I don't have a top favorite.
All
We'll
right.
put Brothers in.
Brothers can be considered. Pizza wise is number one.
Yes.
All right. So, favorite place to get coffee, Ralph?
There is no favorite places because they're all like corporate owned. They're like either Starbucks, Wawa, Quick Check, or Dunkin'. So really, I'm more of a bourbon guy. So I'd rather have a bourbon every so often. That'd
Favorite
be
place to
Killarney's.
get bourbon?
An old fashioned. It would be an old fashioned at Killarney's.
There you go.
All right. So, favorite NFL team?
Eagles.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Backup team is the Steelers.
All
But
right.
sorry to hear
always
that, too.
Eagles. Always been the Eagles though.
Ralph, I'm sorry to hear that.
Don't listen. I just gotta say, don't get too happy. They're not gonna win a Super Bowl this year.
I never
There's
said
a
they
guy-
would, but I-
There is a guy named Tom Brady still playing, and until that guy quits, you can't count him out.
Oh,
You cannot count him out.
But let's be clear though, and you might the last time the Cowboys won a Super Bowl was the last time the Braves won a World Series.
I actually shared that. I actually shared that meme on my Facebook a couple days ago, and I said, "Could this really happen?" Legitimately, and because in '95 the Cowboys won, and then we won, and I said, I said, "Could this possibly happen?" There's a lot of variables behind the Braves winning. They say it's a Hank Aaron year. There's a lot of 44s in the whole equation of how they won. It's weird. I can't even get into it.
Who did we beat in '95, Ralph?
The Braves beat the Cleveland
No,
Indians.
I'm talking about who did the Cowboys beat in '95?
They beat. Oh, I forget. Was it? No, not the Giants, right? No, I forget. It's been so long.
Steelers.
Steelers. It's been so long. I forget. Remember, I'm not a Cowboy fan, so I was never on that. Emmett Smith. I like him. But I was never really a big fan
I think it's
of the
time.
whole team.
What was that?
I think it's time for my Giants to win.
What? They at least won in the last decade.
They have a while. They have a while.
Yeah, they do. Right.
So.
My Eagles won't see another ring for a while either.
All right. Is it called pork roll or Taylor
Pork roll.
ham?
It is actually technically it is Taylor ham pork roll. That is Taylor ham. It is the name of the brand of pork roll. Pork roll is the mother of the it's you I don't know why everybody calls it Taylor ham, but nobody is wrong. It's just people don't get it that it's Taylor ham pork roll or Case's pork roll. People say it's pork roll and it's Taylor ham, but they don't know Taylor ham is just a name. It's just a brand name.
And I get that, and I agree with you right there. And I'm glad that you said that because it's just like it's the pork roll is the product.
It's
just a different.
To me, it's still a pork roll, but Taylor ham is the right argument is for sake is it is the brand name of the pork roll. Right. It's just a different brand, and people, misunderstand, that it's Taylor ham. You don't. The North doesn't know. The North, I don't know. They do not know what they say. They don't understand.
Hey, I grew up in the North, and I always called it pork roll.
You're an anomaly, Carlo.
Yeah, you're like perfect. Yeah, because some people from the North don't even know. They're like, oh, it's Taylor ham. Why is it Taylor ham? It's. But that's the correct.
Speaking of North, is Trenton South Jersey, North Jersey, or Central Jersey?
Central all the way. Central all the way, because listen, the North is a little different. They're they're the second New York, as they call themselves. There is a part of North Jersey that is actually considered North, or the second, New York, whatever, second New York, whatever. And they're the south of Jersey, and they're a whole different kind of breed of people in New Jersey. And then you have the Central that are just like bunched up, that just go with the flow with everything. In the summer we just go down Seaside, come back, and that's it. Go to AC, or go to Philadelphia, go to New York. Central, we're in this little bubble. And people don't understand. We're in this little bubble. Central is this little bubble between the New York, New Jersey, and the dirty South in New Jersey. That's the truth. Like, we're in smack in the middle. Yep. And we have to get along with everybody else from New Jersey. Like, that's just how I see it.
I'm gonna start screwing with everybody and say, yeah, we're none of those. We're West New Jersey.
Well, West New Jersey, right? West New Jersey is the New York, it's the second New York. West New Jersey is the second. It's the second New York, or whatever.
Well, technically, we're on the west coast of New Jersey, right?
Right. We are West Coast.
Yeah. We're the West Coast. Yep.
All right. All right. So, Casino, Goodfellas, Godfather, or your pick? Which is the best mob movie?
Well, I have to say two of them, Goodfellas and Godfather, because for the last 20-something years, I grew up, in my wife's house, and my wife's parents' house, Sunday dinners, really big Italian, meals, and big Italian family, really tight. And the one good thing about me and my father-in-law is that I had a special relationship with him. And we would literally yell out as the movie's on. You guys know A&E. Your Sunday meals, you throw on A&E, and some Goodfellas is playing, or Godfather, something's playing, and me and my father-in-law would throw out, "Karen, that's all we had, Karen," and then me and him, or two cocktail waitresses, we'll go back and forth and finish each other's sentences, and so it's definitely Goodfellas and Godfather for me, because of that reason. Every time I see a movie, it takes me back to those times. Even though it's not with me, but it takes me back to those times.
Yeah.
It's great sentimental value, all that stuff.
All right.
It's awesome. All right. I already know the answer to this, but I'm going to ask you anyway. Phillies, Yankees, Trenton Thunder, or Braves?
Actually, 100% is the Braves.
All right. Favorite Braves player?
Obviously, I'd never met him, and I didn't see him play, because of his heroics on the field and off the field. Is Hank Aaron. It's one of my favorite players. Second favorite player is Clemente, because of the philanthropist. The hero on the field, hero off the field. So my favorite, my heroes are, two good heroes, philanthropists that gave back and played the game great. Those are my two favorites all time.
All right.
Awesome.
All right. So before we sign off, I want to first say To all the veterans out there, happy Veterans Day.
Happy Veterans Day.
Veterans Day.
Secondly, I want to say to Carlo, happy birthday. Yesterday was his birthday.
Happy birthday. Yeah, happy birthday.
Thank you, brother.
Thirdly, I want you to tell everyone what time, who, what, where, when, and why of this, help for the homeless that you're having this weekend.
It is Saturday. I'll be there at OLS Church at 10 o'clock. It starts at 11. If you just want to come and, just be a volunteer, you want to put some meals together, that's great. If you want to bring your child to put some meals together, that's great. We have it's two different waves. The volunteers prepping the meals, and then whoever can volunteer to go take out and hand the meals out. So it's two different waves. I know it works perfectly how me and my wife did it last year, and under the circumstances, of COVID, it was only me and her that gave out the food. But it was more than a few. It was a few people that put the meals together, but we gave the meals out in a couple hours by ourselves. And I actually had a fractured leg, so I was doing this on a fractured leg. I didn't tell too many people, but fractured leg a year to the date. I fell through a loading dock hole. I fractured my leg, and I was still out there 2 days later feeding the homeless. And it's just the drive that I have. And not God willing, I'm 100% this year. I'll be a little bit, I'll be a little bit better to work with the people. But whoever wants to come, you can make a dish. Bring it. Doesn't have, keep it simple. Remember we're giving, the homeless people, we're giving people who are hungry. You want them to open up and know what they're eating. So just make it simple. Make it something that, something generic that everybody will know. This way, when they're opening it, it's not like a big surprise of what it is. We want them to eat it, not throw it away. So, something simple, something easy. You don't have to do much. You could bring bottles, you could bring cases of water. You could bring, any, small snacks. Anything you want to give. It's, you bring hats, gloves, coats, something that, if you feel that we can help, give it to somebody, bring it. OLS Church in Hamilton. It's on the corner of East State Extension and Nottingham Way. In the parking lot, you'll see the cars. It'll be downstairs in the cafeteria. We'll have it. I'll be there. Like I said, I'll be there from 10 o'clock till, we get everything set up. Come out, bring your kids, show, be an inspiration to your kids, be an inspiration to somebody else, just come out and help us. We don't require too much, just a little bit of your time, and it feels good, to give back. It's just a rewarding feeling after you do it. It's hard to explain.
So people can come, just to clarify, people can come to the OLS church basement to help give away the food, or prepare
to prepare the food. Yes, bring masks. Encourage masks because we are still in a pandemic. People are vaccinated, so we're gonna have the option of having masks or no masks. So
for just for another thing, for like you said, to bring children and stuff like that. Like, let's say there's children in need of community service hours because they're making confirmation and stuff like that.
It would definitely count. It's gonna definitely count through the school there. We have some of the kids might be coming to help us in the church, in the basement, in the cafeteria. People we're encouraging as many volunteers that we can that can help us that day, in the basement. We're not going to encourage to bring the kids because, for one, I'm not going to be responsible for somebody else's kid, running around Trenton. And it's just, you got to understand it's even though we're doing this
come
for the
to
good,
help, not to babysit.
But you guys also got to be aware, we're not going out there with invitations. We're going out there on the street, and we're going in the unexpected. We don't know, so we always got to approach everything with caution, be aware, even though we're doing something good, we also got to be aware that, there's dangers in city of Trenton, and we just, even though we're doing something good, we just gotta be alert and stay on our toes and make sure that we don't hit in no dangers or anything. That's why I don't encourage the kids to come out, just to come out and prep the food at the church. This way they can be a part of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey, Ralph, is there a goal that you guys, how many people or families that you want to, how many meals you prep and try to get together? Is there a goal?
There's about I try to aim for like 200 to 250 meals, and and it's not just to feed 250 people. Is I look at it this way. A couple of years past, an individual will come up to me and say, I appreciate it. Thank you. This meal is going to be great for 3 or 4 days. But you gave me 3 meals. Now you're going to feed me for a whole week. And it's we try to make a little bit extra so we can if that person does say, hey, can I have a second one, or my friend here that hasn't eaten, can I get a meal for him, so we'll make cold sandwiches and we'll make hot meals, so and provide some snacks, water and some fruits and stuff like that, this way they can get a little bit of everything. They can save it for later and they can eat it now. So it'll be 1 or 2 meals. If they want more, we always offer more. So we try to, like I said, 200 to 300 or whatever we can pack, as many as we can pack there. We'll pack as many as there to hand out.
That's awesome, and that's great. All right, so people should show up at 11 at OLS if they want to volunteer, or they can I guess they can contact you on Facebook as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. You can contact me or comment on the post and say, hey, I'll be there. Like some people have said, hey, we'll be there, we'll see you there. And it's just hey, we see you, we're coming. It's last year it was about 3 or 4 or 5 of us. This year, if we get 10, it's a success because it's 10, it's 5 more people that we had from last year. And the only reason why is the circumstances was COVID. Years past, we've had more of a turnout, different locations, but this is the second year at the church, and I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. I know my facial expression doesn't look like I am, but I'm really excited to get to do this. I've lost sleep yesterday because I'm worried about how to map everything out. If I'm going to do this right, I'm going to do it. It's just people thinking, oh, we're just getting up putting meals together. But like, if I'm not there, nothing gets done. I feel like so I gotta keep all the everything going. This way, everything's coordinated.
There's
right.
a whole planning. There's a whole strategy to this.
And I don't have nothing written down. It's just this is just calling. This is all going to this person, that person, and I got to go pick up this. I got to go pick up that. So it's a lot goes into it, and it's not a challenge. It's just sometimes you got to do last minute because if you get something that's get some food that's you get it a couple days early, it could spoil. So you don't want you want the longest, you want the best, the maximized off life. That all right, we got it fresh tonight for tomorrow. That's so we got to wait last minute to get everything. We can't just get it because a lot of us don't have like extra fridges or, coolers or stuff like that. So it's exciting. I'm very excited to actually do this. It's my second annual that I've taken the reins. And I guess it's my 6th or 7th doing one of these. So it's really rewarding. It's
Awesome.
Whoever's watching, if you're not inspired to do some, come out and help us. You'll feel just to share, if you don't mind, I'll share from last year. When we're out there, handing some meals out, somebody just stopped us in random and said, "You're blessed. You're doing God's work." The guy just, fellow Puerto Rican, just stopped in the middle of the street and said, "I see y'all. God bless y'all. You're doing good." And didn't even question, just knew exactly what we were doing. And it was like people are seeing us, and we didn't want to just go out and just say, "Oh, we got food." We wanted to just Me and my wife by ourselves just handed all these meals, and it was just the the appreciation and the smiles and it was just the most rewarding. I walked away. I walked away that day a little bit moved, a little bit more inspired, and this is the reason why I keep doing it is because I want to inspire myself to keep doing stuff like this. It's moments like that when people say, "Hey, you just fed me for 3 meals. You fed me for a whole week," and I'm like, "Are you serious?" And like, yeah, appreciate you. God bless you. And it's people people are shy, but people still need help, and it's we got to do that. It's I'm sorry to keep rambling, but it's we not a lot of us do it enough. So that's why I argue I gotta do more, and more of us should do more. You know,
Ralph, I don't want to say that you're rambling at all. I just think that all you're doing is just telling people how much this means to you. So I appreciate that you're doing it. I appreciate the fact that Happy Smiles and Investor 60 were able to help in the capacity that we are.
appreciate it.
And I think that good luck. And you know if anyone's watching, they want to help more, and they thank you to all the people who are helping, all the sponsors and so forth. But this is the kind of stuff we also have in conjunction with yours. There's actually I'm so sorry that I forgot to mention, because you said more people should do it. In the 3rd Street Park, I believe it is. It's there's another one going on tomorrow, Saturday as well. It's by the North Bridge Foundation, and it's happening on 292 3rd Street. And they're giving away pallets of food as well, and that's being organized by Damien Malave, the Rodriguez Family Foundation, and so forth. There's it's definitely we're Happy Smiles and Investor 60 are involved with that too. We're that's what it's all about, right? Just going out there and helping people.
Absolutely. I spoke to somebody yesterday, and I said, you're a pillar of the community, and then he started to tell me what he's been doing for this community, and I was like, I almost fainted because of all the stuff that he does for the community. And this guy is a heavyweight. This guy doesn't even need to do it, and just says, "Why not? I'm from Trenton. I do this because I love my city." And you guys are gonna have to, interview him. I'll get you his number, his name. He's just an amazing soul, and I mean, I gotta do something on him too. He moved me. The stuff. I mean, he tutors kids in his business. He stayed open throughout the whole business, throughout the whole pandemic, and didn't lay nobody off. Um, that right there alone is just. I mean, oh my God. It's inspirational. Um, the stuff that he gives back, all the stuff he gives, all the stuff that he does, it's just amazing. Um, and people like that is what inspire me to do more. You know, I appreciate you guys having me on the show. It's an honor. Appreciate you both. Um, much respect to you both. All you guys do. Um, appreciate it.
We appreciate you, sir. Thank you. We'll post all that information as well on our Investor 60 page as we share this on as well. Ralph, thank you for coming on. Carlo, thank you as all, brother, as well.
Appreciate you as well.
Carlo, I think you're muted, bro.
You're muted.
Or his mic's not working. You there? All right. Carlo's got the sign language now. So take care, everyone. Thank you all. And have a nice week. And help out if you can with Ralph. And spread the word. Also with Damien Malavi and the Northbridge Foundation on 3rd Street. 2 great things happening in the community this weekend. So take care, everyone.
Appreciate you.